Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as that mom 5. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So I thought I'll come in here and talk to you about what most people don't talk about, or I felt if I've been spoken to about that thing, I probably wouldn't have found myself in some of the things I found myself dealing with now and sometimes in the past. So let's talk finances, let's talk money. So when I'm talking about money, this information is going to be very, very important, most especially to people who are coming from abroad to the UK. So you're coming from Nigeria either to come and work here, or either as an international student, or either as a JJC to the UK. This is the video that you find very, very helpful, and I hope you sit down, cross leg, and watch and learn from it. Okay, right. So when I said let's talk about finances, all I know, here in the UK, you're coming to the UK, you're going to be working, and you're going to be trying to also want to save some money so that you can do some things back home in Nigeria, or just to be able to afford some things for yourself. But these are the mistakes I don't want you to make as a newbie in the UK. You might be aware of all these things already, and you might not be. I mean, no knowledge is lost, isn't it? Yeah. So I remembered when I got my resident permit in 12 years ago. Before then, I was just waiting, obviously, to find out if I was going to be allowed to stay in the UK or not. So for the fact that, so most of the time they will send a letter, census, to list the names of the people living in your address, and then voters list, they will send you a letter like that, and then also your name has to be registered on the address that you're living in. So I did all of this, and before I knew it, there were letters from different banks asking me to open bank account with them, that they were going to give me loan, they were going to give me overdraft and stuff like that. So apart, I was getting letters from, you know, banks, even phone calls from banks offering to give me a credit card and stuff like that. And like, you know, there were several cards of credit card companies trying to offer me a credit card, and I was thinking to myself that I'm not working. Why are they trying to offer me credit cards? And then the people around me then thought the act of getting credit card and bank loan was a good thing, you know. So there was somebody that I knew then, and she was like, apply for that credit card, apply for that credit card, apply for that credit card. And also, me being a JJC, not quite aware of what the risk of taking a credit card and not being able to pay, you know. So me too, I jumped. I started opening a bank account. Like within 6 months, I had like 6 different bank accounts from different banks. And then three of the bank accounts offered me overdraft of £3,000 each. The 3 other banks offered me credit cards, you know. And then there were other private credit card companies as well that offered me credit card as well. You know, I was able to apply for all this online marketing. Like I was able to apply to Very, and then I was giving credit to Shop on Credit. I was able to apply to H&M. I was able to apply to Studio 24. You know, all these online magazine shops, I was able to apply, and they were giving me credit. I was just shopping away. Your girl thought she has arrived. I was shopping away, buying away, and at some point I was able to keep up with the repayments. Like you buy, so they offer something they call shop buy now pay later. So that means you buy something and then you pay later. So I was doing that, and then I was just doing minimal shop. In fact, next offered me a credit account as well, so I was shopping and then I'll pay later. So I think it was greed that got over me. So I was just shopping and shopping and shopping and shopping. And at some point, when I went to uni, I struggled to start paying back all of these cards. Yes, so at first my credit card I started falling behind in my payments with credit cards. And then at some point I was trying to reach out to them, saying that, I know what, I'm studying now, I'm a full-time student, that I don't think I'll be able to keep up with this payment. Is there a way they could peg this account so that once I get a job or something, I can start paying? Some of them agreed, some of them just said no, you need to start paying. At some point I fell short. I couldn't pay any of these cards anymore. I went incommunicado. I went incommunicado. I stopped communicating with them. They would send me letters. I stopped communicating. I changed my phone number. There are some people that, you know, obviously because I emailed them, there was no response. They were telling me, no, you need to keep paying, blah 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 blah, or you should go and render yourself bankrupt and stuff like that. So I think for me, at some point, it got really overwhelming that I just totally shut down and I stopped responding to any letters asking me to pay back. I stopped responding to them, which in essence was a very bad thing to have done. Yes, as a very bad decision to have made. And the reason why I said that is because for the fact that you've taken up all these debts, you've shopped, you've spent the money, and you're not able to pay back, is actually having a huge effect on your credit rating. So when I'm talking about credit rating is, in the UK they use that quite a lot. So credit rating just stands that, okay, this person is a cost, this person is asking that we give him credit. Will this person be able to pay this money back, or will they not be able to pay back? So it's just like it's as if the credit company are trying to weigh their odds, what kind of risk you have to them. So in the UK there's something they called credit score or credit rating. I've got the description of the numbers. So credit scores, if you want to apply for credit in the UK, is based mainly on if you have a job. I mean, if you're a resident in the UK, if you have a job, how long you've had that job, what your annual income is, what your monthly income is after expenditure, and what your annual income is after tax. They want to put that into consideration because if you're applying for any sort of credit, they'll be asking you for all of that information. And then if you have dependents, how many dependents do you have? And then if you're going to apply for credit as well, if you're going to apply for BC, the area you live in is also put into consideration. So if you live in an area that has been blacklisted, that maybe people there, they don't always work, or people who live in that area where they shop, they don't pay, that might count against you. So when I'm talking about credit score and credit rating, so it's a number. So if your credit score is between 580 and 699, is time to be fair. So for the fact that it's fair, most companies, if you apply to credit to, they might turn you down, or they might ask you to show proof of you having been in employment for the past 6 months. And if they think that figure is all right, they might not give you the exact credit or loan you are looking for. If you're asking for maybe a £10,000 loan, they might maybe just give you 3,000 because they don't want to put all of their feet in the hot water with you. They might just give you that to test you. So if your credit rating is between 670 and 739, that's time to be a good one. So let's say for instance you are applying for a £10,000 loan, they might give you 5,000, and they might even ask for additional documentation to be able to check if you are not a risky borrower. And then if your credit rating is between 740 and 799, it's time to be very good. That means that maybe you've been looking after your credit very well. You've been buying and paying up, or you don't own any BC at all. Like even if you take a loan out previously, you've cleared your loan without any issues. You don't have any wala at all. Or maybe the reason why if you decide to ask for a loan of £10,000 and they're giving you 8,000 might be because maybe you had a break at one time. Maybe you missed a payment of one of your phone bills or one of your bills. They might not give you the entire bill. They might not give you the entire loan that you asked for. And so the last one is if you have a credit rating that is up 800 and above, is deemed to be very excellent. This kind of people, if you say you want to buy a car worth £80,000, your bank will give you that loan to buy that car because they look at your rate. They're like, oh, this person has been taking credit, they've always cleared their credit, they've never missed a payment, they have a good job, like maybe they are living in an area of affluence, so they are confident that this person will pay back their money. So like I said, in the UK, to get loans, credit card, it is based on your credit rating. It is based on if you have a job, how much your income is monthly, how much your yearly income is after tax, if you have dependents, and the kind of area you live in. So these were the things that I was not aware of, and me, I just went head in busa, started taking all the debts, started taking all the credit card, all the loans. So in my own case, if I now want to apply, for example, now if I want to apply for a credit card or for a loan, right now it's saying that my credit rating is 665, which means I am fair. Most credit card company will run away from me. They won't touch me with they won't even touch me with a bar of pole. However, they might decide to offer me credit and they will charge me APR, that is the interest they will charge up on top of the credit they are giving me, will even triple the money I'm asking for. Say for example, I ask them to borrow me £1,000, they might charge me an interest of 70%. So that is the consequences of, you know, taking credit, not paying, and ruining your credit history or your credit score. So those were the mistakes I made in the past. And people who have an excellent credit rating, if they some of them might ask for a £20,000 loan, and the bank might just ask for maybe like a 16% interest or a 12% interest over a certain period of years. So it's always good to have somebody to advise you on finances, especially when you are taking credit, and don't end up taking credit for the sake of taking credit or thinking it's free money. Open your ear. Credit card, student loans, bank overdraft, bank loans, they are not free money. If you don't pay this money back, they will chase you. The only way they will not chase you is if maybe you go to a bankruptcy company to say, you know what, you are bankrupt, then they will file through the courts for you, so that they won't start chasing you. And even if they want to start chasing you, maybe your income is low, but you can afford a certain amount monthly, then they will compress all of your gbese, all of your debts, they will compress it together, and they will ask you to start paying a certain amount of money. In a way, it is good, but in a way, it is not so good, because while you are doing that, you won't be able to buy anything on credit. You just have to, like, you know, anything you're buying, shopping for, you need to pay your cash. So those were the mistakes that I made in the past. And I felt if I had somebody that said, hey madam, stop doing that though, if you do this, this is going to be the consequences, but I never had anybody to put such knowledge towards me. Hence why nowadays, before I don't even want to apply for credit at all. I don't want to apply for credit. I stick clear away from credit. If I'm going to do anything, I'd rather save up for it and pay for it outright. The only thing I would take credit for is maybe if I want to buy a car or if I want to buy a house, but then that one is another kind of worm on its own, because you need to have a clean credit rating, you need to have a clean profile if you want to buy a house, because mortgage is no joke in this country. In terms of car, if you have a job, if they see that okay, you have a job and your job is steady, it's a permanent job, and the type of employer you have, there is a recognized employer, they might try to finance your car, because obviously most people in this country buy cars on finance anyway. You pay a certain amount over 4 years or 5 years, and afterwards you can decide to pay the last amount, and then the car belongs to you, or you can return the car and not pay the last money. So that's how it is. So hopefully this video that I've made has opened your eyes and given you the mind to have a second thought before squandering credit anyhow, because credit is not free money, it's something you will pay back. So this comes to the end of my video. If you're an accountant there, if you agree with what I said, educate people more in the comment section. If you have also made any of these account or finance mistakes in the past and you're learning from it, feel free to share your experiences in the description box as well, and also share how you've been able to, you know, maneuver your way out of that experience. So this comes to the end of my video. If you find this video really helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to tune in again to my next video. Have an awesome time wherever you are. Bye.